Hi, how are you? Alright, so since this weekend, there aren't so many fights that I can really talk about. No, not so many important fights either. So I will be talking about this summer in general. So the big fights, it seems like most of the big fights are in July, really. Now, yeah, this summer anyway. Yeah. So in July 12th, first there is Shakur Stevenson versus William Zepeda for the WBC lightweight title. Shakur Stevenson's. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. I mean, William Zepeda, he had a tough first fight against Tevin Farmer. That's where I know him from. Yeah, he's still a solid fighter, of course. Kind of a workman-like fighter, I guess you can say. And so let's see. And yeah, William Zepeda Segura, his full name. I think he's a little taller also than Stevenson. He won the second fight kind of more clearly, though, I guess. Well, he's only an inch taller than Shakur Stevenson. And Shakur actually did score a knockout in his last fight. He stopped Josh Padley, who was 15-0 coming in. Yes. Alright, well, William Zepeda, the thing is, he does have some knockouts. So, but still, judging from those farmer fights, I wouldn't call him a really deadly puncher because the guys he has knocked out were either not very good or past their prime. And the Farmer is a kind of, you might say, somewhat similar type boxer as Stevenson. So, and if he was, but of course, inferior to him. If he could make Zepeda Segura work so hard for those two fights, then you do the math yourself. I don't think Zepeda can win against Shakur Stevenson. So, but probably it will go the distance. Zepeda is a tough guy and hasn't been beaten yet, hasn't been stopped. So, yeah, that's so much for that one. And we have also the return of Manny Pacquiao, Pac-Man, against Mario Barrios. Yeah, I'm not sure what to think of this. Mario Barrios is now he holds a world title. I'm not sure which one, but the WBC, alright, welterweight title. And he's much taller, of course, and much younger. And the only guy who stopped him was Tank Davis, but it took him 11 rounds to do that. And yeah, just I don't think I seriously don't believe Pacquiao can stop this guy. And Manny himself, I mean, when was his last KO victory? TKO, it was 2018, holy shit, against Matisse, alright. Well, that was a really far past his prime, Matisse also. And, yeah. I mean, I don't know why he's coming back now after 4 years almost when he lost to Ugas really convincingly in his last fight. That was a fight which did prove, I mean, that was also his only post COVID fight, by the way. And it proved that he is no longer what he used to be, of course, and he was 4 years younger back then. So, what can he hope to achieve now? I mean, yeah, Barrios may not be like a world beater or anything, but he's definitely an elite level fighter. Oh, still, he is. He's no joke, right? So there you go. The result, I guess, is given already. Maybe if he puts on, if he really tries, I don't know, maybe he could be given some kind of, maybe a draw or something, but I don't know really. He's 46, yeah. Miracles don't just happen like that. Yeah. And then the next fight, of course, the big one, one of the biggest heavyweight fight of the year, Alexander Usyk versus Daniel Dubois, Triple D. Yeah, Daniel Dynamite Dubois. Yeah, I mean, I bet many people are now predicting that Dubois will win this fight now because it's his chance for revenge, and he's much younger and bigger and stronger and heavier. Yeah, that's true. All that is true. However, you must never underestimate that incredible heart and fighting spirit of Usyk, and despite his age, he's still not done, definitely, and he will never lay down. That's the most important thing. He'll always go all out. He will go out on his shield, and he's got an incredible both toughness and kind of, yeah, will and the skill, of course. The will and the skill, that's very important, and he's proven. I mean, if he lands right, he can knock out pretty much anybody. When he fought Fury first time, that should have been a KO really, but yeah, we don't know what happened. We saw it. So someone that can really do that to Fury can do it to anybody, I guess. And he did knock out Dubois in the first fight. Well, there was, of course, that kind of controversy, let's say, with that low blow. Was it really a low blow? Doesn't really matter now, does it? So yeah, Dubois and his team will be definitely going for that again. Trying to score a body shot KO, because they know that's his probably the only chance to win. I mean, well, he cannot hope to outbox anyway, Usyk for sure. He's a smaller but also faster, more mobile man, and mobile, whatever, however you could pronounce it. And yeah, he just also can take punches very well, but that's the thing. The punch that nobody takes well is the one to the body, and especially to the liver. And Dubois will be looking to land there, of course, but it's not gonna be easy. Yeah, so I don't know really. I think the most admirable thing about Usyk is that when he first fought Anthony Joshua, I expected him to kind of lay back and just fight cautiously and box and move, but he didn't do that. That was the biggest surprise. He went straight at Joshua, and I have no doubt he will go straight at Dubois too, because that's how he fights. He's not a Floyd Mayweather type. So despite his skill and IQ, so I don't know really what will happen. We'll see. I mean, but if unless Dubois lands that right shot, and unless Usyk proves to be aged suddenly overnight, I cannot see anything happening but other than Usyk victory. I don't know how, but late stoppage or decision. But of course, Dubois has the puncher's chance, and him being younger. But the thing is, he's also heavier. He's quite a lot heavier, and people like that, they tend to slow down and in the later rounds. And you must remember, other than he did stop Jarrell Miller in the 10th round, but that was also an even heavier guy there. He had gassed obviously by the 10th round, but in his other fights, recent fights, he stopped Hrgovic on a cut in the 8th round, early in the 8th round, so he didn't go to the late rounds there, and he stopped Joshua in the 5th round, of course. And so if this goes, which probably it will go past the 10th round, I can see Dubois slowing down significantly. So that's going to be the problem, unless he lands the big punch to the body. He can also he can knock him out with punches to the head, but I don't think one punch, because Usyk has crazy chin, but several punches, but they must be really well placed and well timed, really extremely. So and what else? Let's see. We have holy crap. Well, this is in September, and I'm not going to talk about Canelo versus Crawford. So other than that, we have Brian Norman this weekend. He's fighting this weekend, Brian Norman Jr. Now, it seems like, what's his name? Jaron Ennis has moved up. He has announced it. So now, the welterweight division suddenly is wide open, pretty much like the middleweight division. I mean, it's crazy, right? Just only a few years back it was so strong, but now Manny has retired, and Crawford has moved up, and Thurman has moved up, and now Ennis also, and Errol Spence is nowhere. Also, he has also moved up to 154 actually. So that's a little unfortunate, but that's the thing, when you have today so many guys who are actually fighting lower than they should have had. Like, you got so many 5'10" welterweights, 5'11", 6 feet even. Like Barrios is 6 feet. And way back that was pretty unusual. There were a few, Vernon Forrest and Antonio Margarito, and but not so many really. As today, it was mostly guys like Floyd and Miguel Cotto and Shane Mosley and Timothy Bradley, like 5'8", 5'9", 5'7". So that's why this happens, And then the junior welterweights become welterweights, of course. So Brian Norman will win this fight, no doubt. I mean, Jin Sasaki, I barely heard of the guy, Doesn't mean he's not any good, and we've seen quite many upsets lately also, but it'll take quite a lot for him to win. He's a puncher though, so that's gonna be interesting. Brian Norman Jr. So anyway, I mean, there was I think that was pretty much it. I mean, I don't have much else to say. And so hope you will enjoy this weekend's fights. There are still some interesting, I guess, fights happening. Vito Mielnicki Jr. fighting also, and Brandon Lee. So anyway, I'll see you soon, right, my boxing brothers. Peace.